Hello learner, here I am with a new topic which is very relevant in this current scenario, that is strategic human resource management. It conveys the sense of human resource management in a strategic context. In order for this to take place, there has to be some connection made with the strategic process through which the aim of an organization are managed, and that is its strategic management. Basically, strategy has always been a keyword, the core and the near ultimate weapon of good and true managements. In this presentation, you are going to understand not only the concept of the strategic management but also the concept of the human resource strategic management, their barriers, their roles, and their process. So now let us understand the meaning of the strategy. Strategy is a way of doing something. It usually includes the formulation of goals and a set of action plans for accomplishment of that goal. Strategy are basically the future oriented plan. It is an assumption, it is a proactive approach which are interacting with the competitive environment so that any organization can achieve their objective whatever is predetermined. The main focus of strategy is managing the resources like the capital, land, human resource, and the survival in the competitive environment. We can say that strategic management refers to the process of formulating, implementing, and evaluating business strategies to achieve organizational objective. It is a unified, comprehensive, and integrated plan which is related with not only a particular department but also with the different units of a business to ensure that the basic objective of enterprises are achieved. While thinking strategically, three strategic questions emerge. The first one, where are we now? The second, where do we want to go? And the third one is, how will we get there? A company generally follow three types of strategy, that is corporate strategy, business level strategy, sometimes it is also called the SBU, strategic business units, and the functional strategy. The first type of strategy is a corporate level strategy. These identify the portfolio of business that in total comprises the company and the way in which these businesses relate to each other. There are the various set of corporate strategies are available, like diversification strategies, which means the firm will expand their business by adding a new product line. Vertical integration strategy, which means they can expand, perhaps producing its own raw material, selling its product direct. Consolidation strategy, which reduce the company size. Horizontal integration strategy, geographical expansion strategy, and turnaround strategy. The second set of strategy is a business level strategy and a competitive strategy, which means identify how to build and strengthen the business long-term competitive position in the marketplace. And this has to be done by the three ways: cost leadership, differentiation, and focus. Cost leadership means the enterprise aims to become the low-cost leader in an industry, which shows that whatever price the company or the organization may decide for their product or service, it must be lower than their competitor. The second one is a differentiation, which means how unique product you are giving to your customer, to your valued customer in all dimensions. So जितना आप डिफरेंट होगे अपने कॉम्पिटिटर से, उतना ज़्यादा आप उतना ज़्यादा आपको कस्टमर आपके प्रोडक्ट को लाइक करेगा. द थर्ड वन इज़ अ फोकस. अ फर्म सीक्स टू कर्व आउट अ मार्केट नीड्स एंड compete by providing a product or service customer can get in no other way, which means कि you have to make a segment and then approach that segment so that there will be a no competition, or there will be a minimum competition in a particular area. The third level of strategy is a functional strategy, which identify the basic course of action that each department will pursue in order to help the business attain its competitive goals. Like there are the various department like finance department, marketing department, HR department, manufacturing department. If they are making any kind of strategy on their level, so that kind of strategy is called a functional strategy. Like whether you going to introduce introduce a new plant, installing new machinery, or increase the advertisement and sales promotion, it must be related with the particular department or a particular function of the organization. That is why it is called a functional strategy. Now next is the concept and definition of a strategic human resource management. Basically, SHRM is a pattern of planned human resource development and activity intended to enable an organization to achieve its goal. This means accepting the HR function as a strategic partner in both the formulation of company strategic as well as in the implementation of those activities through HR activities. So the role of HRM is significantly in the strategic management process, particularly in formulating and implementing strategy. So we can define SHRM is a process of developing HR practices, programs and policies that are aligned with the organizational strategy to help achieve organizational objectives. SHRM realizes that people can make or break an organization because all decisions made regarding finance, marketing, operations or technology are made by an organization's people. So it accords highest priority to managing people and try to integrate all HR programs and policy with the overall corporate strategy. It compels people at all levels to focus more on a strategic issue rather than operational issues. There is a definition by the Dessler that formulating and executing human resource policies and practices that produce the employee competency and behavior the company needs to achieve its strategic arm. And SHRM is also defined as the linking of HRM with the strategic goals and objective of the business in order to improve the business performance and develop organizational culture that foster innovation and flexibility. There are the few differences between the human resource management and strategic human resource management, and which are based on a few dimensions. The first one is a focus. Human resource management emphasizes on employees' relation, ensuring employee motivation, and also conform to the necessary employment laws. Conversely, strategic human resource management focuses on a partnership with the internal and external constituent groups. The second one is a responsibility. In HRM, the responsibility of manpower lies with the staff specialist, while in the strategic human resource management, the task of managing the workforce is vested in the line manager. The next is role of HR. In HRM, the human resource manager play the role of change follower. That is, he or she responds to change, hence pursue transactional leadership style. As opposed to the SHRM, the HR manager is a change leader. That is, an initiator that seeks transformational leadership. Next is initiative. HRM follow fragmented approach which stresses on applying management principles while managing people in an organization. As against this, human resource SHRM follow an integrated approach which involve lining up a business strategy with the company HR practices. The process of HRM is reactive in nature. On the other hand, SHRM is a proactive management function. HRM supports short-term business goals and outcome, but SHRM supports short-term, mid-term and long-term goals and results of a business. In human resource management, stringent control over employees is exercised. As against this, in strategic human resource management, no such control is imposed. Rather, the rules for managing manpower is lenient. The primary element in HRM is the capital and product, but people and their knowledge are the building block of SHRM. If we talk about accountability, a conventional HRM is a cost center, unlike a strategic HRM, which is an investment center. We could not overlook that there must be a certain barriers for the effective strategic human resource management. Short-term mentality and focus on the current performance of SHRM is the first barrier. Every manager acts long-term focus because the organization has been established with a long-term objective or focus. Very often SHRM does not think strategically and he cannot think it is due incapability. This type of inability may arise for many reasons, as a lack of technical knowledge, insufficient training, and others. The third one is a lack of appreciation. Sometimes top managers do not recognize the activities of SHRM. So, strategic human resource manager does not get interested in doing any innovative venture. A few appreciation may get them a substantial mental boost up. The next one is a failure to understand general manager role as an HR manager. General managerial role may not be fully understood by these managers. This failure is due to lack of knowledge about the specialty of a degree of responsibility, and this failure may create distance between these managers. The most difficult part of SHRM is a difficulty in quantifying many HR outcome. Like we can quantify or we can easily assess those numbers or those issues which are in a quantity form, which are in a number form, but we cannot evaluate or we cannot assess the behavior or the motivation very easily in this terms. So many outcome may not be quantified, but SHRM try to enjoy the contribution. This is not always possible. Participation, work type, function cannot be quantified because of their intangibility. The next one is a perception of human asset as a higher risk investment. Investment in human asset may be regarded as a high risk than that of the technology and information. Though these technology are run by human resources, this wrong perception may inhibit progress. And the last one is a resistance. SHR manager may resist because of the incentives for change that might arise. The change implemented demands some incentive for effort to execute the changed program. If these incentives are not given reasonable, they may create barriers to SHRM. Now come to the model of strategic HRM. There are the various models are available for the business enterprises and for the understanding of a student. This model is the given model is a very appropriate model for this current scenario. You can see that this model is focused on the various strategy. The first one is a corporate strategy. This particular strategy is being formulated at the top managerial level and is being mainly influenced by the internal as well as external business environment forces. So there are the two types of environment. Internal environment in this model, it play a vital role in devising a corporate strategy along with the business strategy. And external environment has been found that there are some external factors which affect the business strategy also, and the most remarkable factor of this model are competition and government regulation, which play the most significant role. The next one is a business strategy. Business strategy is being formulated as soon as corporate strategy is being developed. This strategy is being formulated for each and every business unit depending upon its overall objective. The next one is human resources strategy. It has been identified that the major function of SHRM devising a well-pictured HR strategy, including the job design and HR planning approach specifically. In this model, we can see that the law regulating employees indicate that the regulating authority enforces the prohibition on various aspects such as recruitment, promotion, pay scale, etc. of the organization, and thus the strategic HRM activities are being affected. The human resource strategy may also influence the employee separation. It is a process which is a key strategic issue for the division as an employee leave the organization smoothly, but with this the operations do not suffer or the professional relationship of the employee do not get hampered. All these factor will lead to the HR information system. It has been that it is a very much important to acquire relevant information in order to formulate effective HR strategies in business. With the help of effective HRIS, the decision makers might develop human resource strategy and carry out the different HR functions. And these functions are the staffing, training, performance management, compensation, and labor relation. The strategic management process results in decisions that can have significant and long-lasting consequences. The strategic human resource management help in increase job satisfaction, it provide better work culture, it improve rate of customer satisfaction, it improve the efficiency of human resource, and it also boost up the productivity. The SHRM process involve 4 important stages: environmental scanning, strategy formulation, strategy implementation, and evaluation and control. So the first step in the strategic human resource process is the environmental scanning, where organization will scan themselves within an internal and external environment. Scanning help in identifying threats and opportunity prevailing in the environment. HR play key roles in scanning the external environment through resume, public information, interviews, and recruiting activities. These activities ought to be able to construct organization chart, staffing level, and group mission for the various organizational component of each of the major competitor. Strategies are formulated at 3 levels: corporate level, business unit level, and the functional level, and this has been already discussed in our previous slides. Here we are going to discuss what is the role of HR executive in strategy formulation. He or she should involve his or her own strategies, which must be aligned with the corporate unit and the functional strategies. Working closely with line management, the HR professional identified the culture that our increasingly competitive environment demanded. The HR team provided a powerful agenda for integrating staffing, performance management, training and development, structure and communication with the common business focus and direction. This allowed HR to maximize its impact on performance. At the core of the HR strategy was understanding the organizational culture and integrating the former with the business strategy. There are certain key steps in HR strategy formulation. The first one is they must be clear whether the HR strategy is meant for the corporate level or the functional level, and this decision is as much as the same HR strategy shall be relevant to any level strategy. The next step to identify the trend in the environment, and environmental scanning help delineated the major trends. The third is to have a SWOT analysis of the firm, and the fourth stage is the identification of key HR practices. Key HR practices fall into again the 4 basic category. The first one is the flow of people, like the hiring, promotion, transfer, outplacement, training and development. The second one is a flow of performance management, which means a measurement, reward and the follow-up. The third one is a flow of information, which means keeping the organization in touch with the key external realities, managing internal communication and designing information technology infrastructure. And the fourth one is the flow of work, the organizational structure, work process design and physical arrangements. Whatever strategies has been formulated, it should be implemented. The implementation of strategies is often more difficult than its formulation. The HR manager helps strategy implementation by supplying competent people, by adding new departments, hiring new employees, adding new facility, building human resource information system, transferring people among different divisions. The strategic management process results in decision that can have a significant and long-lasting consequences. The erroneous strategic decision can inflict severe penalties, can be exceedingly difficult, if not possible to reverse. Strategic evaluation therefore assume greater relevance. Strategic evaluations helped determine the extent to which the company's strategies are successful in attaining its objective. Basic activities involved in strategic evaluation are establishing performance target, standards, and tolerance limit for the objectives, strategies, and implementation plan, measuring the performance in relation to the targets at a given time. If outcomes are outside the limit, inform manager to take action, analyze deviation from acceptable tolerance limit, and execute modification where necessary and feasible. Hopefully, you all will understand that strategic human resource management is a process of linking the human resource functions with the organizational strategies objective to improve the performance of the organization. Attracting and keeping talented and skilled employee is one of the most important challenges organizations face in today's dynamic business world. No matter how well designed, no strategy will work unless the organization has the right people with the right skill and behavior in the right role, motivated in the right way, and supported by the right leaders. Thank you so much for watching this video. Stay connected with me with more related videos.